Okay, this is the last day of my trip. This whole trip has been a leap of faith. I never know how God is going to take care of the prices and things like that. I was thinking that I could go with someone else to cut costs, but God had a different plan for me. It's kind of amazing. I went to Canada with a complete stranger, and I don't think they really wanted me to go. I think they were shocked and wasn't really expecting me to come, even though I said, hey, yes. And it was like I bought my plane ticket, but the whole time it was kind of funny. I didn't get the hints. I never get the hints. You got to slap me in the face before I get the hints. That, even when I got off the plane, he said something about a post I made just asking for advice and stuff, and they said, well, don't feel uncomfortable if you have to go on your own. Just be ready for that if you have to. So he kept on emphasizing that, and I was like, oh no, I'm fine. It makes me laugh now. And then even loaded up the car, he was like, I don't think we could get all this stuff in here. I don't think we could get all your stuff in here. He was trying to get it where I would choose not to go with them. I don't know. But, oh no, I can do that. I situated the vehicle. I low car's good. I'm really good at that, at organizing and stuff for travel. So I took care of that. Oh, it makes me laugh now. It's quite funny. One of the things that's kind of funny is that I was excited because he said that he loved to be out in nature and he loved to hike, but he always took his time and took pictures. He always went slow, and some of it is because he had a knee issue, and I was like, oh great, because when I go hiking, everybody leaves me behind because I'm sitting there, oh look at this little flower, oh I'm going to take a picture this way, oh I ought to try to take a picture this way, all these weird things that most people get bored with and don't like to hike with me because I'm sitting there piddling around. And I thought, oh, this is going to be great, someone like me. We're going to have fun hiking. Well, every time he would leave me off and said he wouldn't want to hike. Even when it was just plain flat, just walking around a lake. No, he didn't go hiking with me. But, and I think it was all just to make me feel uncomfortable. And there was one time, and go on my own, because he kept on emphasizing that. You ought to go, no, it don't hurt to go on your own. And I'm like, oh no, I'm fine. Oh, I'm fine. I'm always fine. Well, I was just enjoying the trip, and I do. I enjoyed the trip. I enjoyed what we did. And but he wouldn't talk to me, and I felt very uncomfortable. On that, I felt like that I made him mad or something was wrong. Well, he didn't want me there. It was obvious. And eventually I got it, yeah. But it's kind of funny on that stuff. One of the funny things is that he brought his nephew. Yes, I was thinking his nephew was going to be, in his 20s. Oh, this is going to be fun. I'll have some, someone to talk and joke around with. For some reason I get along with younger people. And he was my age, or close to he was in his 40s, not my age, but in his 40s. And he snored galore. Terribly bad. Well, the night before I heard him snoring in the other room, and I said something. I said, so was that your nephew snoring? Oh yeah, he turned over and he quit snoring. I said, yeah, I got some sleep. But I used to do that. I would touch Daryl or wake him up, and he would turn and he would quit snoring. I lived 24 years with my husband snoring. And it got worse at the end. I swear we didn't really sleep together because he snored so much. So both of us could sleep. But it's funny, after his death, I kind of miss that snoring. That quietness. Oh, it's so quiet now. But anyway, well, the next night we were in the same room, and it was kind of funny that I had been hiking and I got so stopped up, but I was really tired. It's almost like an allergy reaction. I got so sleepy and I was like, oh, I got to get in bed. So I went to bed. I went to bed early, and I forgot to take decongestion and allergy medicine and stuff. And I woke up in the middle of the night and that guy wasn't in there. His bed was stripped. I was like, this is weird. So I went to the bathroom, went back to sleep and everything. And he couldn't handle my snoring. I was snoring because I was stopped up and stuff, and he couldn't handle my snoring. He slept in the car. So it's another thing I laugh about. It's quite funny. But anyway, after Whistler, I made reservations at my timeshare with Whistler, and after Whistler, I decided to go in and I got a bus. I checked on rental cars. I couldn't get a rental car up at Whistler or in Vancouver, so I wanted to go to Washington. Well, let me turn this around a little bit. That night, he was talking, I was like, okay, where y'all going next? Where are we going next? And everything. And he was like, well, we're going to go up to that Oyster River, and it's way up at the top of Vancouver Island. And I was like, that's a lot of time, I thought we were coming to Washington, and I was like, I don't want to go up there. And because to me, it was just you go up there, spend the night up there, and come back, and you barely get to see anything. You're just driving, and it's a lot of gas time and all that kind of stuff. It just seemed useless to me. And then I was like, I think that I may be just staying. I'll just catch a bus and I'll stay in Victoria. I'll catch a bus on the route because I thought it would be easy for them, and I'll stay in Victoria. Well, the next day, and that was the day before I left, after I went rafting, I got to go rafting. I'll talk about that another time. After I said that, I said, and then going rafting, that night, I said, well, I'll just go with y'all. Because he seemed like it was so out of his, just irritating, that I wanted to go on my own. But after he's been saying it all this, I know I don't get it. I was like, that's just places I've never been. I ought to just go and have fun. Just enjoy the ride while I'm there. And so I went back in there, and when I was getting my laundry, the washer and dryer were in the bedroom where they were staying. Oh yeah, the other guy, he slept in the car. He didn't go sleep in there because he was concerned about his snoring. Now, but anyway, I stayed. I told him, I said, I'll just go with y'all. Well, the next day after the rafting, I said, okay, so when are we leaving? Where are we going to stay? And all those kind of stuff. He says, I wasn't taking you. I was going to drop you off in Victoria. And that wasn't even where I told him that I wanted to be dropped off at, which is he's so wish-washy on stuff like that. And one of the funny other things that he said one time, he says, you like art and culture, art and museums. Well, I like nature. And I'm like, okay, this guy has not paid attention to diddly squat. But anyway, so when he was like, we didn't get a room for you. We didn't. Oh, I can get one on my own. Well, I'm going to drop you off in Victoria. And I'm like, no. So I just checked up everything, figured it out, and that's what I decided. Go on your own, go to Washington, which I love. I love Washington. I went, got me a bus from Whistler to Vancouver, spent the day around the bus stop, and then from Vancouver to Seattle, and then I slept in the car rental place while I wait for that morning to get a car, and I rented a car by the airport. So that was quite a stretch of a leap of faith, and God taking care of me. I mean, yes, the car rental was kind of expensive, and it wasn't quite how much money I wanted to spend, but it was worth it. I had fun. While I was in Washington, I got to go wherever I wanted to. You know, some of the things of going on my own, I started putting on Facebook groups of a guy came by talking really loud, but I'm at the Needle in the little gardens area, just sitting here. See? But okay, but I posted that I needed advice, where to go, where to stay, different things like that. And then in the teacher exchange, hospitality exchange, I had another teacher offer me her house and a bed in Port Angeles. So I stayed with her 2 nights. I got to stay in Manresa Castle Hotel in Port Townsend, which was interesting. I love that old building. I love old homes. I love architecture. Well, to tell you the truth, there's not much that I don't like or I don't love. And then staying with Darcy. Darcy is an amazing lady. I love staying with her, and it's like we had a connection. God was good, and it seemed like that we helped each other. I hope we did. It was good to talk to each other. I like her really well. I hope she benefited as much as I did. And then I went and stayed the night camping at 3 Rivers that is the treaty line in, what do you call it? What is it? Twilight? Where Fork was on one side and La Push was on the other. I put up my hammock tent, and then it wouldn't go in between some trees except at the campsite next to me, which 2 ladies, they were twins. It was Laura and Lorena, I think was their names. Lorena, yeah. And camping there, and they were characters. They were, I got kind of tickled because they seemed quite blunt and very forward, and some people would probably be very uncomfortable, but I enjoyed them. And I got to visit with them and stuff. And then the tent hammock, it kept my neck bent and made it uncomfortable, so I ended up sleeping in the car most of the night, which was really more comfortable, and I enjoyed it. Yep, some more loud talkers, so I paused it. Okay, and then I'm staying 2 nights here. I drove back to Seattle, went across on the ferry, which was really cool. It was at sunset. And staying 2 nights here in Seattle, close to the Needle. That it was free. My sister had free hotel points. So really, this has been God has taken care of the prices. Yeah, I had to pay for the car. The gas, it was kind of weird compared to my big truck. The gas mileage, I had pretty good gas mileage. I didn't have to fill up too much. I think I spent, $70 on gas so far, which is shocking. I'm going to have to do one more little fill before I return the car. But it's still at 3/4 of a tank or something, so it's not going to be much. I think it's only a 10-gallon tank because when I feel it when I'm about halfway, and it's only been about 4 to 6 gallons and been about $30 a piece, 28 to 30. So that hasn't been that big of a deal. So price wise, God is taking care of it. There hasn't been a big issue on price. Now I've done a lot of free things because I did a lot of hiking and stuff like that. Oh, and I got some gorgeous pictures and videos, and I love them. I've enjoyed this so much, and the plants are amazing that's growing here. Stuff that would burn up so quickly in Texas. And I've met, even like last night, I stopped and ate at a grill there, a dockside grill there by the ferry, and well, I just go and sit at the bar and visit. And I met a Steve, and he was picking up food for him and his wife, and he was born in Hungary, and along the Demu, and we talked about different things and I really enjoyed visiting with him. So it's kind of weird. This good Christian girl loves to go to bars or sit at bars and just start talking to people and get to know people. It's kind of funny. I don't drink alcohol. I drink my Diet Coke, but it's my addiction. But now I gotta see what I can do today. Today I was exhausted. I slept in so late. I didn't get up really and moving until about 1. And that would be 3 Texas time. I'm gonna this evening go and see along the ocean, maybe along the sound, maybe here in a little bit, and go and see if I can spot any fishes or anything. It's fun sitting here just watching the families take their pictures together in couples and stuff. See, it's kind of cool watching them. I guess I could have turned it around. Maybe not. Well, I may talk more some other time. I may say the same things. You never know. But I've had a wonderful trip. I'm very grateful for it. It's been such a blessing. Oh, it's been really nice that it's been sometimes 50, 60 degrees and not 100. Bye-bye.